thought you guys would outlast me. Marietta, Winona, and Gaines, and they all have outlasted me. Who would have believed that?
You know, I'm going to tell you what.
That was 25 years ago, Gaines.
Yes, it's been a blessing. I want you to know that I appreciate you, what you've done for the district and for me, and I've enjoyed working with you and working for you.
There would always be an administrator, usually the principal, usually Mr. Schupmann, behind the curtain. And he would basically have a script. And the script was written by Susie Taylor. And guess what? So this is going to be pretty, this should remind you of the old days.
He's still not at age.
A college professor once said that the position of high school principal was the most demanding physically, mentally, and politically in public schools in Texas. For at least 17 years, Russ Schupmann held that position at Red Oak ISD. He was at the high school longer than any other principal, 8 years. When we started talking about this, one of the first things mentioned was that when we were in an administrative meeting and the bell rang, we halted the meeting to make the rounds during the passing period. The meeting would resume after the students were in class. Russ's priority was always about the students. Let me give you a very conservative summary of what that entailed during the Schupmann administration at ROHS. 3,500 miles walked in monitoring the halls, the distance from Dallas to Boston and back. 1,440 first pots of the coffee of the day. 1,400 days of duty before school, breakfast duty. 1,400 days of duty, lunch duty, 3 lunches per day. 1,400 days of bus duty, where he always posed the question of the day. And that would make time pass more quickly for everyone while we're waiting for the buses. 200 job interviews, 280 teacher evaluations, 176,000 emails, 35,200 phone calls, 48 days of staff development, 304 principals meetings, 72 fire drills, 16 lockdown drills, 96 board meetings, 8 proms, 8 campus improvement plans, 8 academic awards nights, 8 scholarship nights, 8 college nights, 24 choir concerts, 24 band concerts, 8 drill team spring shows, 32 one-act play performances, 8 UIL academic all-district meets, 8 cheerleader tryouts, 10 to 11 drug tests, 11th graders averaged 7.8% above their peers in the state. Only one score dipped below the state average during that time, and that was the year 11th graders were tested strictly as a field test. 8 senior pranks. One of the most memorable was moving the cafeteria chairs and tables to the roof of the school. 8 graduation practices with his annual speech to the seniors in which he recapped their class history because he had been the intermediate and junior high principal when the majority of the classes came through. 8 graduation ceremonies. Russ received several gifts at these ceremonies from each graduate. Marbles, ID badges after the first year required, dress code acceptable shirts after the first year required, mouse balls that had been extracted from the teacher's computers earlier in the year. We had a lot of success during those 8 years at Red Oak High School. During one year in particular, 2002-03, it seemed that everything went right. ROHS won state in volleyball and boys soccer, with Michelle Carter topping off her amazing high school career with gold medals number 7 and number 8 at the state track meet, 4 in discus and 4 in shot put. All but 2 areas of athletics made it to post-district play. We were district champions in UIL academics, and our school was 3rd in the Lone Star Cup statewide competition. Success continued into the next year, but it was often overshadowed by the numerous crises that came our way. It began with the student suicide on campus, and then included the deaths of parents and additional students, illnesses, family disasters, and so on. It was the principal of Red Oak High School who found the strength to say the right things in the most difficult situation. Russ was the glue that held us together. Through the good times and the trying times, he had a smile and often a quick joke to help morale of the staff and students. He was always present. He attended approximately 120 football games, 160 volleyball games, 160 boys basketball games, 160 girls basketball games.
I was a widow.
120 girls soccer games, 120 boys soccer games, 16 golf tournaments, 16 tennis tournaments, 120 baseball games, 120 softball games, 24 stock shows, and 120 banquets.
He is a loyal Iowa State Cyclone alum, but I suspect that he's a wannabe Aggie because he's always giggling. But seriously, Russ, with the miles that you've logged, the task you've completed, the events you've attended, and most importantly, the countless lives that you have touched and made better, certainly you're most deserving of a wonderful retirement. Thank you.
The things that I think I'll miss personally, our discussions of the Big Bang Theory. What did Sheldon do? We had some good discussions, even some texts back and forth during the show. And that was always fun. Well, and a few years ago, I missed the times that we've got to mess with Mike Burns.
I'm hiding.
There was actually the time, Mike, I went to pick on you just a little bit, that we had the opportunity when it was snowing one day and we were out of school that day and we were going to go get some breakfast. Russ and I were riding around and we decided that we were going to call Mike and tell him that if you played on a snow day, UIL rules require you to have a black soccer ball. And for about 2 hours, Mike was trying to track down the black soccer ball.
I have one now.
It was a lot of fun. But I know as the 7 years I've been here that I know the first year was kind of a tough one for all of us, but you know, I will always remember and treasure and always know you as a friend because of the way you treated me during that first year. And the level of respect and character that you had was amazing. And I'll always look up to that. And I'll certainly miss our conversations and miss all the kind of fun times and the jokes that we play around and tell. But anyway, main thing.
You can call him actually.
I'll treasure my time between now and the end of June until your official retirement. But at the same time, I know that just from the people and the love they're showing you in this room and all the different things that you've done here at Red Oak ISD, I just want to leave it with you've made a difference. And that's our job, and I appreciate that. So, anybody else have anything they'd like to say? Chief, anything you'd like to say?
Big 10-4 over and out and on the sidewalk.
Yep. So you're still welcome to come back and critique the football games with me. Anyway, thanks a lot. I want to thank everyone for coming out this and showing love for Russ and appreciation. And with that, spend time visiting with Russ, and thank you again for coming.
Thank you all so much.